Hey guys, welcome back to another Fill My Cup. It is gorgeous out here today. I'm sitting out here in the car, had to run some errands, and it's I think 61 degrees today, so it's beautiful. The sun is shining, it's windy, but definitely feels like fall. So I think we're gonna get our decorations out this weekend. I think that sounds like the fall decorations. So anyway, so today I wanted to encourage you with, we are all going through life. Of us as adults are just trucking through life, right? We have our good days, amazing days, moving days, and then we have days, the more stinky days that aren't the greatest. Maybe things just aren't going our way, or just things are more difficult. We just have all different days in our lives. But when it comes to our kids, we teach them, we naturally teach them to, no matter what does happen, no matter how your day turns out, to still be nice to those around you. Just because you don't get your way, you wanted to go to the park today and it rained. And instead of throwing a fit or being upset and crying about it, let's think of something else you could do. We're always telling them to look on the brighter side and don't let anything steal your joy, right? Well, so in telling my kids that, I've learned for myself, and I encourage you, when we are going through an emotional roller coaster, whether it's good days, not the greatest days, a harder day, maybe a confusing day, whatever it may be. Well, if we're teaching them on how to cope and how to handle those situations and to not let anything steal their joy, then we obviously need to be doing the same thing, don't we? So I had noticed, I'd come home and I don't know, whatever. I had not been around the kids, and all of a sudden I was. And things were just, I don't know, whatever the situation was, something wasn't going so well. Maybe he's trying to figure something out or something frustrating. And so I was frustrated. And so that changed it changed my tone. It changed just how I handle situations now with the kids, or just how I was maybe even talking. And then I realized, the Lord showed me. It's like, if you're teaching them that no matter what you're going through, don't let anything steal your joy, then we need to be doing the same thing. And so anyway, I encourage you, we do go through things, right? We're always going through something good. It doesn't have to be I'm saying it's all negative. But when we do have those moments that the day is more difficult, maybe it's a situation you're just trying to work out with your spouse, you're trying to figure something out, and you just don't know how it's going to be handled or how God's going to see you through it. It could be something simple or something really a lot more difficult to go through. But no matter what it is, the kids don't understand that. The kids don't understand that you went to the grocery store and you were happy, and you maybe got a phone call of something that was upsetting, or something happened. Something happened to change your mood for the day. Then you walk back in the door and you're not the happiest person. You're a little short, you're on edge, you're kind of snipping at everybody. And the kids just either back off and start to think, oh, just don't go with my mom today or dad. Just don't go near them. They're not in a good mood. I don't know what happened, but I can just tell something's different. Or maybe they just start snipping back at you, and responding the way that you're talking to them. But they don't understand. They don't understand what happened from A to B, why things changed. Or you might have went to bed that night and you seemed perfectly fine. And then that next morning you're facing financial situations or something that you just feel you have no control over. And you're lashing it out to everyone around you, and that's including your kids. Like I said, see, when you have littler ones, toddler, or just really little ones, they really don't understand. And so they're just seeing that mom or dad is upset right now, they're not happy, there is no joy there. And all they feel is if they could fix it, they would. but they just don't understand. And then you have the ones that are a little bit older, you know, just a little bit older, that can understand that something's wrong, but they still can't help you fix it. And then teenagers, they're just, the bad thing is that they're all learning that that is okay, that that's acceptable. So this is how I feel, so if you're in my way, just watch out, because I'm probably going to yell at you or bite at you or, you know, be rude to you just because I'm not in a good mood. Well, that isn't the way we want our kids to behave. That isn't, you know, when a kid doesn't get their way and we're telling them, hey, just because you didn't, you know, grab that crayon first and your brother got it first, don't be mad. Why don't you just color something else while you're waiting for that crayon? Or it's older kids. No, you didn't, you know, get in the front seat first, you know, of the car, and it's, you know, you felt it was your turn. How about just, it's okay, find another seat and ask if, hey, is it okay if I ride on the way home? Whatever the case may be, we're teaching them to not let anything steal their joy, to not let the world move and rock them back and forth, you know, through this life, right? Instead, to stay at peace, to keep joy in their life, right? And not be moved by things that we really don't have any control over. You know, if it's a financial situation, you can't just poof, make it change overnight. Come to a conclusion. Sure, maybe there's things you can do and things you can change, and pray about it, and, you know, and do all those things that we need to do and we know as adults to do to handle the situation. But man, I've learned to do that so much now. So if I am coming home from somewhere or something is going on, or maybe I wake up and I'm just thinking, oh my goodness, I feel a little bit overwhelmed today. I've got a lot going on. Oh my goodness. And I start to feel anything like that. I quickly recognize, though, when the kids come into my presence and when they're around me, I don't show that. I choose not to show that and handle that on my time, but I give them the best of me. I give them the best of my time. You know, we're not perfect, nobody is, but we can at least aim to give them the very best. Give them the best of your day. You know, so if you went to a store, think about it. If you went to a store and you did hear some bad news or something is really frustrating, you're fighting with your spouse, you're arguing or whatever, and you have to go to the store and get something, you're going to most likely, most of us, would still be pretty decent with the people around us. So you're still like a little smile here or there, or thank you when they hand you your change or things like that. But then you come back home, and that's when, right, most of the ugly comes out. We tend to treat the people we love the most the worst. And then you come in and you're biting at the kids, you're short with them, you're hollering at them, just go away, go to your rooms. I just can't deal with it right now. Well, shouldn't we be teaching them that you can deal with it, that you can control your emotions, and that you don't need to treat people bad just because of a situation you may be going through? So anyway, it's something that I have learned. I have come to that conclusion myself. I was crying over a situation of Noe has a family member that was ill, that's been in the nursing home, and so and I had tears. I was crying one day on the way home from visiting. And so I got there, but I quickly cleaned up and thought, oh my goodness, you know, I may be going through that. I was processing something, but they're not going to understand exactly what was going on. And so for me to take that in and then put that burden on them to feel that wouldn't have been fair to them. And so I quickly, you know, cleaned up my face, and so I didn't look like I had been crying or anything like that. And I recognized I needed to be mom. I needed to be mom at that time. We all go through things. I'm not saying we hide emotions. I'm not saying we don't teach our kids to have emotions, of course, in situations. But just because we're having a day, just because things aren't going our way, just like we teach our children, we still need to be mom and dad to the kids and give them our very best. Not save it to give it to people out in public, out at the store, wherever we go, and then give the nasty and the ugly at home, you know, to the kids, the spouse, and all that. So I just encourage you with that today. And so I just encourage you to just be true to your kids. Give them your very best. Don't give them the bottom of the barrel. Don't wait to see what's left and what fumes you have left over in the day. Even if your day is overwhelming and the night is coming and you're feeling overwhelmed, it's just you're ready to be done for the night, then just end your day peacefully. End your day peacefully with love too, because you know they're going to lay their head to bed at night, and you want them to lay down in peace knowing that mom and dad are happy and everything is peaceful in the home. You know, kids will carry that. Kids will carry the stress and the burdens of their parents. If that's what they see on them, they'll feel it. They'll go to school with it, or they'll just feel it and they'll carry it with them wherever they go. And my goodness, we're trying to help. We're supposed to be helping them, you know, become who they were created to be and molding into, you know, the adults that they're going to be. So let's let them do that. And let's be a part of helping them and guiding them in that, in love. You know, not just they get the scraps of what we have left because we've created maybe a mess for ourselves. Some of us maybe have. Maybe we've created a mess of lots of debt, or a frustrated marriage, or maybe, you know, you just don't like some choices that you and your spouse have made. Maybe that's the case, but it's not their fault. It's not their fault. Let's remember just to give them the very best of us. Well, I hope this filled your cup today. Thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, so don't forget, subscribe to our channel so you can get notifications of when new videos pop up. Fill My Cups. We also have family vlogs that we post. I have a few of those that we have recently just put up, and now you'll be seeing the Fill My Cups come out regularly. So I'm super excited about that. So have a blessed day.